Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I have a video for you on a full face of makeup using only paintbrushes. So this idea came to me kind of a while ago actually, when I was in a craft store with my best friend Tab. I saw some of the brushes and I was like, I wonder if you could use these for makeup, and because some of them this looks like a good contour brush, doesn't it, you know? And so I've been thinking about it for a while, and then the other day I was watching a video and Allison Loves JB picked up a brush like this and she put some blush on and she was like, yeah, this is literally just a paintbrush that I picked up randomly and it works. So I was like, okay, I gotta do this challenge. So I went on YouTube and I searched it and I was like, someone has got to have done this before. And there was this one girl that did it and she got like 1 million views and it was bad. I didn't like it at all. She just had such a bad attitude. I felt like the whole time she was like, everything she'd put on, she'd be like she was like scared to do it and stuff, and she just had no hope in the brushes. And I was like, okay, I'm gonna do this and it's gonna be great. And so I went and I picked up a ton of brushes and I did this video and I'm literally so impressed with how everything turned out. And I'm literally going to be using some of these in my upcoming tutorials. I'm gonna list all the brushes down below because I had a hard time reading them and what brush it was and stuff. And I'm also going to leave my favorite ones down below as well. So if you guys want to see how I did my full face of makeup today using paintbrushes, then just keep watching. Okay guys, so I have all of my beautiful brand new paintbrushes here. And I'm literally so excited to use these. Oh my goodness. So I have them in my little IKEA cup and we're just going to see. I don't think I'm going to use them all, but we'll see how it goes. So my eyebrows are on. I used to use my Anastasia Brow Wiz and taupe, and the only thing I'm not going to use a paintbrush for is my foundation. I'm just going to use my sponge because I wouldn't use a brush for that anyway. So I'm going to start out priming my eyes with my Tarte Shape Tape Concealer, and this is in the shade Light Medium Honey, and I'm going to use this. I'll have all the brushes down in the down bar if you care to actually use them. This brush is really weird though. It's like an angled brush and it has kind of fluffy bristles, but then on the inside it has this little inner part where there's really dense short bristles in there. So I don't really know how this is gonna work, but I'm gonna prime my eyes with it and see what we get. This isn't even that scratchy. This feels pretty good actually. Honestly, so far so good. So that brush was an A1. Blended out fine. I didn't have any problems. It was comfortable. To set, oh, I still have the stickers on these. To set that concealer in place, I'm going to use my Rimmel Stay Matte powder that I always use. This is a mop brush, if that matters. By the way, I figured I would mention that I'm only using products that I know work. I have a ton of new makeup that I wanted to use today, but I'm not going to use it because I don't want the product to be bad and me to blame the brush, you know? So I just want to use stuff how I know how it performs already so that I can really see if the brushes work. So I'm just going to kind of swizzle this brush in there and pick up a little powder. And let's see, set my concealer. Okay, this brush is literally I have no problems with this brush. It's not the softest thing in the world, but it's not hurting my eye. It's applying the powder nicely and fast, and my concealer is set. For today's look, I'm just using 2 Lorac palettes that I've been using a ton lately. This is the Lorac Pro 2 palette. It's beautiful, and I have been using this literally every day since I got it. Nice nudie neutral colors, but also a few pops of color. I just love this. And also the little Lorac Pro Matte palette, and it's just your neutral matte everyday shades. So let's see. This is a 270 from Cornell. Again, they'll be down below. So I'm going to start off by dipping into the light brown shade in my Lorac Pro 2 palette, just as my transition shade. So, okay. It's definitely picking up some product. So let's go. Okay. I'm just going into the crease and outer corner for this look. I think I might go on the inner corner as well and kind of do a little bit of a halo eye. This is a pretty big brush for doing that, but we can just shove the shade in the middle and it'll be fine. Dude, this is really applying product. I'm gonna use fluffy white brush, which is also called an oval mop, I don't even know, and I'm gonna try and blend out. Okay, this is doing super good. All right, so our transition color is on, you guys. I'm digging it. I'm gonna go into my little Lorac Pro Matte Palette, and with that I'm gonna use this little dense brush, which is an Artist Loft Scrambler brush, and use the shade Courderoy right here, which is like a medium brown shade. And I'm just gonna apply that on the outer corner of my eye and into the crease. Okay, so this brush is super stiff. I don't know how I feel about this one. Okay, so it applied the product well, it's just not really letting it blend in. So I'm gonna go back to that blending brush that we're using, the little white one. And I'm just gonna blend that in. Dude, this brush, I'm gonna be using this brush every day now. This is such a nice blending brush. Before everything gets too messy up by the brow area, I'm gonna take this, also a scrambler brush, I don't know. I'm gonna take this other brush, this little, it's like the other brush we used, but it's a little bit thinner. And I'm just gonna take the shade Beige and pop that underneath my eyebrow. Hello. This brush is super fluffy. I love this. Blend that in there as well. I'm loving it. For the lid today, I'm going to be using a shimmer, which is super not me at all. I'm going to mix the shade Rose and Beige right there. But I think I'm going to use Beige more. And I'm going to use this flat shader looking brush. This brush should be fine. This is an American Painter 10 brush. I don't know again. So I'm going to pick those two shades up and just mix them in. I feel like a flat shader brush you can't really go wrong with, but we'll see. I'm just going to apply this in the center of my lid since I kind of did a little bit of a halo eye. This is going on really softly, but I don't hate it. I'm not really going for an intense shimmer. I kind of just want a little bit of sheen, so I don't hate it. There it is. The only thing I want to say about this is that, can you guys see how much fallout I'm getting when I pick these two shades up though? It's just like, okay guys, so foundation is on, and I'm going to be using my Tarte concealer. And I'm just going to apply this underneath my eyeballs. But I'm just going to use the one that I already started using to prime my eyes with, the weird dense one. And I'm going to just start blending this. Grab a mirror. I'm just going to start blending this in underneath my eyes. Ooh, I like that this has like an angled tip, so I can kind of like really get underneath those shadows. Right, I'm gonna add more concealer. I'm not sure if it's the brush or I just didn't add enough, but I feel like it might be absorbing a lot of concealer. So let's just see. I'm gonna blend out the edges with my beauty blender. I feel like, I don't know what I feel like. I feel like it looks a little bit patchy right in here. It's definitely not awful. I feel like just because my under eye circles are so dark, I need something a little bit more dense to really pack on the coverage. It's super soft. It's not uncomfortable at all. I like the shape and the size of it because I can really get underneath this eye with the angled tip. I like that I can really sharpen my crease with the brush, and it's like super clean cut. I just don't know how I feel about how it blends and adds coverage. Those are two big things for me though. I'm going to set underneath my eyes with that same brush that we used to set the concealer when we primed. This brush is a little bit scratchy, especially for like underneath the eyes where you're really sensitive, you know? It's not the best shape either to get underneath like cracks and crevices where it tends to crease. It applies product well, actually, which is kind of why I did this challenge in the first place, because I felt like with a paintbrush, like paintbrushes don't tend to like absorb the paint, you know what I mean? Like you use them to paint with. So I figured that this challenge would be a great idea because it wouldn't like really absorb a lot of my product. And it's really not, to be honest. Okay, so to set the rest of the face, I'm going to use this massive fluffy brush. And this is a Round Mop XXL brush. Super duper movable and fluffy, so I have high hopes for this brush. Same powder. That's literally getting everywhere. Dude, the brush is literally bigger than it's like the size of the pan. Seems to be picking it up okay. Okay, this brush literally tickles. Let's set that shiny forehead first. Wow. So that set my face right away, which is actually kind of crazy because if you know how the Milani foundation works, it's very thick and it tends to get pretty oily. Wow, and it's actually pretty hard to set. So this did a good job actually, I'm impressed. So this is an A1. I really like this. And you got a huge handle on there too, so you can literally set your face from like the other room, you know? I think I'm gonna use, this big white 1-inch Oval Mop Brush and my Tarte Amazonian Clay Park Ave Princess bronzer that I always use. And let's see how this works. Picks up product nice. And I'm gonna just begin to bronze with this brush. Good morning, bronzer. This is making my bronzer go on. This brush is like really packing on the bronzer. Dude. Whoa. To clean up, I'm already seeing way too much bronzer underneath this side, so I'm just gonna use a 1/2 inch wash brush and some more translucent powder. And just gonna carve. There we go. Just kind of carve that out a little bit. For blush, I have a new favorite blush combo actually. If you guys have been watching me, you know I don't really like blush. So you're gonna be like, what the heck when I show you these? But I found these two blushes and I'm obsessed with how they look together. This blush is from Becca in the shade Tigerlily. And I love this on its own, but it has a lot of shimmer in it. So for me to highlight on top of it is just too much. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put this one on first, and then I'm gonna blend it out with this one, which is a Fiona Stiles blush in the shade Lennox. They're absolutely gorgeous, especially if you're like a little bit tanner. Oh yeah, and I'm gonna use the 1-inch Artist Loft mop brush, I don't know, and just pick up some blush. Yes. Not the softest thing in the world again, but it doesn't hurt me. What I'm really finding with these brushes, like I feel like you could see with the bronzer, is that they pick up so much more product, I feel like, than makeup brushes do, which is like way nicer because you're really getting your money's worth with the product. I'm going to use that big fluffy powder brush, grab a touch more powder, and just blend out my cheek area because this blush is intense right now. And then, like I said, I'm going to use the Fiona Stiles blush over top of it. Oh my gosh. So I have these two for highlight. This one is super duper flat and dense, but I figured like, you know, like right there could be a great idea. And then I love this brush. I don't know why, I just love it. It's so freaking fluffy. I just figured like this could be the one. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use one on each side of my face and see which one we like better. I'm gonna use my Smashbox Casey Holmes palette. I think this is the pearl one. Yeah. So I'm actually gonna just take this middle shade right here, and we're gonna use this brush on this side. Wow. So I'm gonna really tap that off because whoa there. And we're just gonna highlight. Holy crap. This isn't even an intense highlighter. This is just, this brush is packing it on. And then this fluffy little guy, which is a 14 Robert Simmons round brush. I'm gonna use that same highlight. Grab myself a mirror. And let's see how she goes. You guys, I don't know which one I like better. I feel like this one applies and blends, and this one just really intensely applies. I think I like this one better. I kind of knew I was gonna like this one better, but I'm gonna just take more highlight and go over this. Oh my gosh, obsessed. This blends it so nicely and feels so smooth and soft. Sorry if I'm undressing over here. And I feel like this is gonna be perfect as a nose highlighting brush. Let's check it. Oh yeah, already. Perfect. And I think this might even work as an under eye brow brush. Okay, not bad. It's a little fat, but I'm actually gonna use a little bit of Laura Geller's Gilded Honey on top of the Casey Holmes highlight, just because the eyes are so simple. I just want to have my highlight be the focus today. Oh yeah, my highlight's definitely the focus today. For underneath the eyelash line, the lash line, I don't know why I said that weird. I have two brushes. I think I'm going to apply with this brush. This is like a flat, stiff little brush. It's a 6 Royal brush. I don't know. I'm going to apply that darkest color we used, which was Courderoy from Lorac, right there, underneath. And then I'm going to blend it out with this fluffy, can you see that? Sorry. This fluffy little 2 brush from Cornell. That's weird. I think I have a Corel and a Cornell. Great. So yeah, I'm gonna just smoke this out underneath. She applies the product. To blend it out, I'm gonna use the light brown shade from my other Lorac palette, which was the one that we used as like a transition. And I'm just going to take a little bit of that and blend out that darker color. That looks pretty. This is a little bit thick to go underneath the lower lashes. It's kind of getting it kind of low. But I think that looks pretty good. So I'm going to apply Tasso with my pinky. There we go. So I think that's it for the brushes, you guys. I'm like super impressed. I'm going to go do another coat of mascara and do my bottom lashes and then throw something on my lips. And I'll come back and give you guys my final thoughts. So I just finished up with my mascara and my lips. And if you guys are wondering what my lip and mascara stuff is, it'll all be listed in the down bar. But I think this is going to be it for today's video. I'm literally so impressed with how these turned out. I'm gonna link down below like my all-time favorite ones that I used today, and I'm literally so excited with how this tutorial came out. If you guys think that these brushes did a good job, give this video a thumbs up. And if you guys have any other ideas for challenges, also let me know down below, and I will see you in my next video.